In the unforgiving heights of the Himalayas, a lone snow leopard mother faces a battle she cannot afford to lose. Her cub's survival depends on every choice she makes. The snow leopard mother was looking for her territory. Suddenly, she was on the grass. She smelled a strange scent. At this moment, she felt something was wrong. The invaders suddenly came up to the lone leopardess in front of her. This was a very serious provocation for the big cat. Although the other party was fierce, the mother snow leopard knew she couldn't back down, because behind her were two young cubs who were waiting for care. Once the other party took the territory, she and the two unweaned cubs would have nowhere to go. The fierce leopardess refused to step back in front of the invaders. Staring at each other viciously, she arrogantly declared to the other party that this was her territory, but the other party had no intention of giving up. The snow leopard had to confront him. The survival conditions here are harsh, and it's not a wise choice to start a fight in a hurry. During the confrontation, in order to mark the territory and show off their powerful strength, both sides kept scraping the ground with their hind legs. The mother snow leopard knew she had no way back. She could not give up her territory in front of an invader, not to mention she had two more cubs. Just when the leopardess was preparing to hold a protest against violence, the invaders chose to surrender. This made the lone snow leopard sigh heavily. But what surprised her was that this invader would come back again soon. And as expected, the leopardess would lose again. After the intruders drove her away, the snow leopard mother hurried back to the cave at the top of the mountain to check on the safety of the two young cubs and feed them milk. For her, the two young cubs are everything in her world. But as a single mother, trying to successfully raise two young cubs is destined to be a very difficult road. Time passed to summer. Her two young cubs had grown up. At this time, they could leave the cave and come to the outside world to play. The steep mountain in front of them was their amusement park. For them, the mother leopard had to look up from time to time to check the safety of the young cubs, to prevent any accidents. But the long-term life of the snow leopard mother also made her feel anxious, especially as the two young cubs became noisier and noisier. With no mate around to help, she looked a little overwhelmed. Something had to be done. The leopardess didn't want to do anything drastic, but she couldn't help it. There was too much work to do. Even so, in order to fill the bellies of the two young cubs, the snow leopard still had to go out hunting. She squatted on the mountain, watching the animals below, choosing the right prey. Bulls were undoubtedly delicious food, but unfortunately they were too strong. She locked her eyes on Li Jihan's body, looked at the meat for a long time, and thought it was really too little to spark any interest. The cliff-dwelling blue sheep became her final choice. These tasty little fresh meats were worthy of the leopardess's dinner. The blue sheep were extremely agile, with a special hoof structure and excellent balance that allowed them to move swiftly across rugged terrain. Catching one wasn't easy for the snow leopard, but luckily she knew every inch of her territory. She now tried to drive the blue sheep into narrow rocky peaks and steep cliffs, hoping to find a breakthrough. As the mother leopard got closer and closer, the blue sheep herd began to panic. Although they were also very familiar with the terrain, the final outcome proved that the leopardess was superior. With this blue sheep for dinner, her family could go an entire week without hunting again. Under her careful care, the two cubs grew quickly, becoming young, handsome snow leopards. As they grew bigger, their need for food also increased. The mother leopard was very hardworking. To prevent her cubs from going hungry, she hunted even more frequently. The huge prey in front of them was the leopardess's harvest from last night. The two young snow leopards stood on the mountaintop, watching their mother's every move. Suddenly, the snow leopard looked uneasily to the side. The young snow leopard she had driven away not long ago. The invader had returned, but this time, he wasn't alone. Behind him were his three adult sons. Now the mother snow leopard's family was in real trouble. The shortage of food had driven them from the other side of the valley to here. This time, they intended to take everything from the leopardess. Will this fearless mother be able to protect her cubs once again? Subscribe now and don't miss the next chapter of this incredible survival story.